everyone's up to, how everyone's been. And yeah, so we might wait for a couple of people to come in, but obviously there's plenty going on in my world at the moment. Um, February 25th is getting closer, and I'm starting to get excited. All right, we can start to see the numbers coming in now. Good to see everyone in here. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you are from in the world so we can say good day. But yeah, hope you guys are well. Obviously, February 25th for me, which is going to be February 24th, the evening of February 24th for the USA audiences. It all goes down with Chance Shaw. What's up, Watchman? Good to see you in here, man. Sup, number one, comment number one. Well done. Thank you, brother, for being here for the live. Good to see you here. Yeah, so February 25th is coming up rather rapidly. Only 24 days away until I have my match with Chance Shaw. Kyle Dykeman, good to see you here, man. He says you're looking huge. You could take Monster Michael Todd right now. Who knows, man? Like a match with Monster Michael Todd is something that I want in my future. I haven't qualified for that yet, but it's something I want in my future for sure. Is a match with someone of that sort of caliber. Hey, Watchman, he says Ryan versus Sanders. Let's go again. Same sort of thing. Look, Sanders is above my pay grade, but someone that I hope to someday be worthy of facing. David Chapman, what's up, man? From Western Australia, arm wrestling over there. David Chapman, good to see you, man. Thank you for dropping in. Who we got? We got P Dubs. Howdy, good to see you, brother. Tim Pipe, Bluey Legend. Thanks, man. Always appreciate the support. Fitness fellas, good to see you here, man. Big fan from Florida, USA. Would love to group up with you one day too. No clubs near me. Yeah, I'm. When I get back to the USA eventually, one of the things that I want to do is just visit a whole heap of clubs and just group up with a whole lot of people. Good to see you, man. Matthew Brannigan says he hasn't been in the chat for months. Yeah, I've been just like yourself, Matthew. I've been out of the live space for quite a while. I'm not doing regular podcast shows. I'm not doing any of that, and I'm just focusing on becoming stronger. That is my obsession at the moment. Spermy's ass is creamy. Says, "Sup, Brian? Good to see you, man." When will Danny Tesh face Lavan from Jordan? Yeah, if only Danny had stayed in the sport. He was a gifted man. Shane Carey, yo, good to see you, brother. Dankus Arm Wrestling, Taryn Broad down there in Adelaide. Hey, Ryan, training looks like it's going well. Adding general strength was the best thing you've ever done. Yeah, it's been awesome, man. I'm enjoying it so much. The strength programs, I feel really at home with them. It's fun. It's exciting. The gains have been very, very fast, and it's very evident how it's affecting my time on the table as well. I feel incredibly balanced with Lachlan right now. I feel like people like Marcus Satirai and those guys that were always nipping at my heels, now I feel like I can control them super comfortably now. I like the way it's feeling, and I feel like I'm still just getting started. So, yeah, I agree. It's been a great decision, and we can dive into that a little bit more later if we want. But yeah, thank you, Dankis, for jumping in. Blue, the new Ronnie Coleman. You never know. I am enjoying it. I don't think I'll ever be a Ronnie Coleman, but I am enjoying it. Funnily, for the first time in my life, I'm genuinely self-conscious about my legs. You guys, you've seen it. I mean, if you look at me doing that damn farmer's walk yesterday, my legs look so ridiculous, and in a bad way. They look so skinny. Like I'm 107 kilos right now with legs that skinny. That gives you some perspective on the thickness of what's going on upstairs at the moment. But my legs that skinny for the first time in my life. I'm self-conscious about it. I'm embarrassed. So I am very close to calling it that I'm just going to start doing my legs as well. And I feel like if I start doing my legs as well, you're going to see me at 125 kilos or something like that, because there's so much room for growth in my legs. If I start doing my legs, like what's happening in my chest and shoulders, I'm at like 5 months training now under Sebastian Orebs and Lachlan Adair's strength system arm wrestling, and you can see what it's done. If I do that with legs, I feel like I'm going to have equally, even maybe more of a reaction to the training. And yeah, it could be crazy. Hey, Mark Fitzhenry says he enjoys my antics on social media. Good stuff, man. Thank you very much for the support. Where is the match against Chance happening? Shannon K, the match is happening in Adelaide, Australia. at the Apex Sports Festival. We are going to be in an octagon because there's MMA fights going on there. So the match is going to be featured in the octagon. We're going to have all the professional lighting and camera crew filming it for. I think we got 4 camera angles or something like that, plus roving camera. We're going to have professional commentary. We're going to have very good level of production. Obviously, first time for the AWE. We're going to make some errors, but we are doing our absolute best to bring AWE to the world at a standard that is going to be very quickly on par with East vs West King of the table and onwards and upwards. That's the plan. We want to see the international arm wrestling scene up against the best Oceania has got, and eventually just the best the world's got, in all respects. Shane Carey, thank you very much, man. He says, you're looking strong, my man. Proud of you, son. Enjoy it, man. The GOAT Mario P says, what's up, Ryan? Is the plan against chance to take the wrist late and win late, or are you confident you can win early? Oh, no, man. I'll be going at his wrist early. I mean, I've made no I'm not hiding in any sense of the word. I'm happy to tell Chance exactly what my strategy is. I'm going for his wrist. I'm coming for it round 1. I believe that I have better endurance in my wrist. And if I get control of his wrist and turn him even slightly palm up, I think it's over. I don't think he'll win a round after that happens. So the question is, how early can I make that happen? I'll definitely be going offensive round 1. There's no defensive plan. I noticed the way that David Arabuli, he went defensive and ended up flopping with side pressure. Like, if I'm forced into that lane, I think I've got it in me as well. I have a defensive top roll. I have defensive side pressure. Chance looked against David Arabuli, to me, he looked pretty vulnerable in the sense that it really identified that he is still stuck in a one-trick lane. He didn't have the press. He didn't have the transition from the top roll to press to finish David. And I thought that was a big hole in his game. I don't plan to have to win like David did. I'd like to win more decisively. So my intent is to take his wrist early, get it done, expose his hand, and not let it ever come back to even. That's the plan. Alex McDonald says, yo, finally alive. Good to see you, man. Fire away with any questions you got. I will answer them here. I got plenty of time this morning. Hello to you, Hanson, as well. Thanks for joining us, man. Ryan versus Derek Smith in 2024 from the Watchmen. Maybe. We'll see. Sup, dog? Good to see you here, man. Thank you for joining the ground. 86, hey, Blue. Oga. Okay, here's some questions. We've got some questions from Oga. What is your current weight? Okay, so 107 dressed is my current weight. So that's with shoes on, with pants on, with top on, 107. Wake up. I didn't weigh myself this morning before I got dressed. So, but I'm pretty much 105.3, 105.5, thereabouts in the morning in my boxer shorts and nothing else after taking a piss. So that's my current weight. And I do plan on getting heavier between now and the match. How much stronger do you feel on the table compared to before your strength program? That very, very significant, man. I feel like phenomenally stronger. One of the ways that it's translated is that I'm training less hand now than I have in the last decade, where I trained exclusively hand, pretty much. Now I'm training very little hand comparatively. I do 1 table session a week, but my hand on the table feels phenomenal now with the increased back pressure, increased just integrity through the base. Everyone's having to chase their tail a little bit more to keep up with that, and it subsequently makes their hand very weak. Right now, I fear nobody's hand. Like, Lachlan Adair historically, out of straps, would just toy with me. I used to have to ask for the strap and just like pretend we slipped. It's now the other way. It's now Lachlan needs the strap, and I'm feeling phenomenal outside the strap. So my hand is feeling really, really good on the table compared to what it used to before. Number 3, what are your thoughts on the match with Shaw? Yeah, the big question. Chance Shaw, I rate him. We all know what he's done in the sport. We all can see his improvements over the last few years, and there's no doubting or hiding. His level has dramatically risen. For me, my thoughts on this are really just internalized. It's all about just bringing the best version of myself to this event. I know without any shadow of a doubt that I have not missed a rep. In the last 5 months since training under Sebastian Oirev and locked on a day, I have not missed one rep that they have prescribed. That to me is exciting for me. I don't know what it's going to do in the ready go. All I know is that I feel amazing in my practice pulls relative to the guys that I used to be behind or balanced with. I feel ridiculously strong. So I don't know what that means on the table. All I know is that I remember the shape that I used to beat Chance 3 years ago. Yes, he's stronger. Yes, I'm stronger. It's my home ground this time. I think he has jet lag to deal with this time. Uh, I think there are a lot of factors. He arrives in Australia. Chance arrives in Australia on the evening of the 23rd. He booked. I sent him. I sent him the money. He booked his own flights. He arrives in Australia on the evening of the 23rd. We pull the morning of or the lunchtime on the 25th. He has not given himself a lot of time to recover in that jet lag sense, and he's never flown this far before. It's the opposite side of the world, pretty much. I think it'll impact him a lot. Um, I'm sure he's not going to make excuses afterwards, but I don't think he realizes how hard it is to fly this far and compete, and let alone only give yourself a day and a half. So I think that there are many factors at play, but all I know is that I am really excited about revealing what I can do on the table. Um, it's not only revealing to you guys; it's mostly to myself. I'm really curious. This last season for me, I have stopped with the podcasting. I've stopped being part of the fix. I've stopped being part of a lot of the community because that was taking a lot of energy. And it was energy that I wanted to dedicate to just training and focus and rest and sleep, which were things that I wasn't able to do whilst I was keeping up with the community in the other sense. So now I am far more dedicated to the athlete side of things. I recognize when I look at the world of arm wrestling, I look at people like Devin Larratt, who has tremendous influence in the sport. And I aspire to reach similar heights as Devin in terms of influence, in terms of just significance to the sport. And for me, I recognize straight away that for me to ever reach Devin Larratt levels of influence, I need to first of all be at that top 10 in the world minimum uh, on the table. So my I've finished the chapter of being the host and the commentator and all that sort of stuff. I'm now in the chapter of work bloody hard, train efficiently, put your head down, and just get it done. That's the phase I'm in right now, and I'll stay in that phase until I reach the top 10. Um, and then who knows what happens from there. But that's kind of what I see with them. Chance Shaw match. I'd like 2023 to be a massive year. Um, what happens against Chance Shaw will really set that trend. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, let me just get back to the comment sections. But thank you, Ogre, for those good questions. Mads Kev says buff Amish. Bubba, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Thank you very much. Puny Ryan reckons Muhammad Amar Khan. Fair enough, man. You must be massive yourself, I'm assuming. Zed Brown. Is it true I'm scared of Roger Cunningham? Roger, one of the other gingers out there in the arm wrestling world. As you guys know, or you might not know, I have one of my, let's call it a side quest. I want to get as high as I can in the world of arm wrestling, but one of my side quests is to become the recognized number one ranked ginger in the world. Now, I know that Roger's out there, and no, I'm not scared of him. I'd happily pull Roger, but whatever. It's got to be the right circumstances. Got to be the reason. Roger's not high on my list of people that I think provide me with a good step up. But if Roger was to initiate a match with me and Roger was to come to me, then yeah, hell yeah, I'd pull Roger. It'd be awesome. But I know that apparently Todd Hutchins is a ginger. Well, yeah, he is, even though there's no evidence of it anymore. And Jerry Carteret, another ginger. So those two guys are in my mind as future people to chase. Because I want that ginger title. I want to be able to say I'm the strongest ginger in the world. And I'm going to chase that damn thing hard. But yeah, Roger Cunningham, another one of those gingers, he's going to have to settle for somewhere down there. below me. P Dubs, what's he said? Bro, Jerry flexing on Larrett and Hermes. I can only provide very minimal comment on all the goings on of the arm wrestling world at the moment because I'm not keeping up with it. If I'm honest, I'm just not keeping up with it. I've heard whispers of Jerry trying to kind of steal the Devon Thunder whilst Devon's preparing for Sandris. Um, and that's great that Jerry thinks he can beat Devon. Cool, whatever. But I don't know what the specifics are. I think that Jerry and Devon's always a good match. Devon won last time. So, yeah. The arm wrestling community has been missing your content, Ryan, from Alex McDonald. Man, look, I do apologize. I know that that style of my arm wrestling content was fun for me and for you guys as well. And there was some good stuff in there, but again, I've just only got so much energy that I can pour into this, and I'm very serious about trying to make the athlete side of it come to be reality. So it's all in on that. I, if you are one of those people that preferred my old style content, I apologize, but hold on for the ride. We're going to end up at a good place. I promise. What's up from Canada? We got West Druin. Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping in. Mark Fitzhenry says, "Yeah, man, you've been busy training." I have. Gonna keep that way too. Gonna keep it that way. Haven't missed a rep in 5 months. Spermy's ass is screaming. Ryan, get off the start quickly, brother. Chance is gonna hit fast. I think I'm faster than Chance, but I don't think speed and reaction time is going to really be a factor. I think it's just going to come down to who has the stronger hand and wrist. Um, when I faced Chance last time, he had better back pressure than me through the arm, better side pressure than me through the arm. Um, I suspect that may still be the case. Look, if it's not the case, Chance is in trouble. If my back pressure is as good as Chance's is, then he's in trouble because I know with certainty my wrist was better than his last time we faced. And given that I continued to train specifically my wrist up until 5 months ago, I don't think my wrist is. I think it'd be highly unlikely that my wrist is worse than Chance's. Um, I think my wrist is still going to be ahead of his, and if it is stronger than his hand and wrist, then we've got something to work with. But like I said, I suspect the ratio is going to be pretty similar to last time. It's not so much about speed; it's just about who can protect their wrist better. That's where I'm going. Lachlan versus Chance, we will see that. Chance will come to Brisbane for about a week after the event. And I promise you guys, after Chance has had a rest from the super match, the next person you see him grip will be Lachlan in some practice pulling. So that will be good. That'll be exciting for all of us. I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. But Lachlan and Chance will definitely grip up. I give you my word. P-Dub says, love the content with you and Lockie. Yeah, it's enjoyable at the moment. Lachlan's given me a lot of his time and energy. I can't thank the man enough. His expertise in the strength training and programming world has been awesome. He's combined very well with Sebastian Oreb, combining their principles and bringing that program to me. It's been amazing. 107. Damn, 107 of muscle. P-Dubs. Well, there's still a bit of fat on me, but I think the coolest thing about my current weight of 107 is I'm 107 with legs as skinny as I have. And if you're wondering how skinny my legs are, they're damn skinny. If you go and look at me doing the farmer's walk yesterday, it's atrocious. I'm actually self-conscious about how my legs look. I've never felt that way in my life before, but with my upper body as thick as it is at the moment, the legs feel terrible and they look ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, 107 kilos. What else we got? 3 matches I would. Ryan, give us 3 matches you want for yourself in the next 24 months. Again, I have to just be sensible and reasonable and say I'm gonna not do that until after my match with Chance. After my match with Chance, I'll pick someone that is once again going to challenge me and drag me up. Um, and look, regardless of my confidence levels, regardless of anything, I just don't want to get ahead of myself. It's very clear the ladder. Like I'll declare the ladder is there that I want. I mean, I can be in the 105 kilo category very easily. That ladder I would like to climb, but I'm here. I'm a long term guy. I'm a life arm wrestler. I want to be in the top 10 overall in the world. So you guys can do the math as to what is required for me to do that. First step is Chance Shaw. We got to put in a good performance there. That's all I care about. That's all I'm focusing on at the moment is putting in a really solid performance against Chance. So um, after the Chance match, ask me and I'll tell you. I'll tell you who I want. Okay. Ian reckons don't do legs. If you do, you won't be able to make 100 kilos. I'm aware of that, and it is a factor. The not making 100 kilos, or not making 105 even. But it's an interesting one. My body's responding really well to training at the moment, and 100 kilos is probably going to be unobtainable in the very near future. Anyway, even if I don't do legs, I'm still getting I feel like I'm still growing a lot through my chest and shoulders. I don't feel like that's really slowing down yet. There's a lot of room to go. My arm is 18 inches cold now. Like if I were to measure that, that'd be 18. Um, Pumped, I don't know, 18 and three quarters, pushing 19 soon, I think. Like we're getting bigger. We're definitely getting bigger. And things are going to continue that way. So I'm not so concerned. All I am concerned with is being the best arm wrestler I can be. I think the decade that I spent making my hand and wrist better exclusively is being rewarded now. I feel like the longer I stayed in that 10 years of just hand and wrist, even though it didn't get results for me to the degree that I guess hoped during that time, I feel like all of that time that I spent in my hand and wrist is being rewarded now when I add the engine room behind it, because my hand, like I said, when I grip, and I've got to grip some more hands to be certain of this. But when I grip people now, my hand feels ridiculously good. Like I feel super dominant in the hand. I feel like I can just grip people and just roll them. Um, so I feel like all that decade spent in the hand is really being rewarded now that I'm getting the base power. So going beyond 100 kilos seems fine with me, to be honest. Tim Piper agrees with you, though. He says, mate, cyclists don't need massive arms to steer a bike. Yeah, they have huge quads, though, don't they? More thanks for the plug there. Yeah, guys, if you could hit the like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate that more. Spermy's ass is creamy. With all the crap you've taken, never be embarrassed. You were doing a heck of a lot more than 99% of the population. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And like when I say I'm embarrassed, it's just just within myself. I look at my legs and I'm like, wow, they look little. 6 months ago, I didn't think my legs looked little because they look relatively in proportion to my upper body. Now my upper body looks absurd relative to my legs. It's just making me laugh. It's just bringing out a new wave of comments that I'm just like, oh my goodness, yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree with all these people saying my legs look ridiculous. Anyway, we'll see. I think after the Chance match, I've already indicated to my coaches that I want to start deadlifting. So yeah, Sebastian wants me to squat as well in time. We'll see. Where am I at with the push-ups? I don't know. I haven't done push-ups in a while, but I will be. I plan to bench press 145 kilos in 10 days' time. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. He's doing 1,900 push-ups in a day, Lockie. Gee whiz. That's an impressive effort, man. Shannon says, damn, I live in Adelaide, but I'm in Brisbane. There you go. Bugger. Yeah, we're going to be at the Apex Sports Festival. It's going to be good. Fit Pro asked the question, do you think Artem can beat Khaled? And who do you think has a bigger chance first, Khaled, Ray or Artem? I think Artem has a better chance against Khaled, but I don't think Artem will be able to finish Khaled. He might. He'd be able to move him sideways. I think he'd be able to put in a solid hit, but I don't think he'd be able to finish Khaled. That'd be the problem. I don't think Artem has a sufficient enough press to do it. But Artem's well rounded. Artem's made massive gains, but I think uh, I think I think both would lose to Khalid. What's up, Benji Mac? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping into the live. Appreciate your time and energy always, man. Jose Maria Rodriguez, can bench press increase side pressure? This brings up an interesting point on what I've experienced within myself. You guys know that I trained a lot of direct side pressure in the last few years. Very specific. I would load it up, get on my elbow sideways, and just drive. And I did some very big numbers in terms of what my elbow was able to tolerate. Um, Now that I'm bench pressing, um, my arm wrestling feels different. And I gotta get this right. I gotta get my thoughts right on this because it's I don't want to devalue the things that I've done because I know the things that I've done have brought me here, and I don't think I would change my path. But the way that the gym feels to me now, and the way that arm wrestling specific training feels to me now, 'cause I still do a couple of days a week where I'm arm wrestling specific. Gym stuff does not hurt at all. There is no inflammation. There is no pain associated with it. Just feels good. Just feels good, and I can feel myself getting stronger. Every time I do arm wrestling specific training, I have that toothache sort of elbow based feeling. I'm like, oh, I feel like, for instance, now there's so much soft tissue jammed into my elbow that the ulnar nerve and the radial nerve get squeezed with a bit of inflammation, and it feels uncomfortable, feels painful. I'm of the opinion now that that my personal best progress and gains forward and inside pressure, yes, will come from totally non arm wrestling specific training, just pure strongman, power lifter, bodybuilder, whatever you want to call it. I think I think for me, that is the biggest reward, and that will increase my side pressure most. Even though it's not increasing my side pressure directly, side pressure I do believe you can put into the category of conditioning. If we're talking direct side pressure from your own perspective, yeah, conditioning of your joints is crucial. But what feels like side pressure to my opponent is very different. If I have enormous back pressure, fundamental back pressure, enormous. This is how the Georgians do it. If I have enormous back pressure beyond what their hand can tolerate, and I start to pin them, it feels like side pressure to them, but it's not coming from my elbow at all. It's coming from the fact that I've put them in such a disadvantaged position in respect to their own side pressure defense. So, in effect, yes, I think the bench press can increase side pressure. And I think it has increased my side pressure, but not in a direct manner, more so in a manner that disengages my opponent. Hmm. Loki reckons that Lachlan will crush Chance. We'll get to see it. We will get to see it. I don't think that he'll crush him. I think it'll be a good little battle. Caden says he's got the same muscles as me. There you go. Good stuff. Peace out, Lockie. Good to have you here. Watchman wants to know who would win between Derek Smith and Sanders. I think Sanders is my gut feel on that one. Good to see you, Tony Farina. Thank you for joining in. Veronica Knight wants to know, how's your endurance these days? Feeling pretty good for your upcoming matches. Veronica, yeah, my endurance is good. I feel like it's pretty sharp still. Um, I feel like the only thing that really changes as my weight has gone up and my strength has gone up is perhaps my aerobic capacity and my speed will go down, but I don't feel like my endurance has changed. In a muscular sense, relative to my regular training partners, everything feels normal. Everything feels normal in the sense that my endurance, yeah, is good, like it always was. So nothing has really changed there. I feel like that's just who I am genetically in terms of my fast twitch, slow twitch ratios. Yeah, so it feels good. What else? We got a question from Gaius Octavius. How long from elbow to wrist line is your forearm, and do you know if it's longer than Chance's? Yeah, mine's longer than Chance's. I just remember by feel. I couldn't tell you how long off the top of my head. Same as John's. I know that if you know what, maybe John's is more public. I can't remember, but elbow to wrist line and wrist line to fingertip for me is the same as John, as in Brzenk. Um, FitPro agrees. He says Sanders would take it easy with Derek. Tony Farina, being a new arm wrestler, should I concentrate on my hand like you did to get some wins? Yeah, look, I think early days hand is absolutely the highest priority. Learn to arm wrestle and strengthen your hand and wrist is the key. When you're in that novice to amateur phase, the biggest reward will come from that. You'll start to arm wrestle with better shape, and you'll get far better results quickly by having a dominant hand. Um, Backfill to where I am. If I did everything again, I would do it the same. I would focus on becoming very skillful at first in terms of position and movement. I would then become conditioned through my hand and wrist and my elbow, and then I would become strong through my base power. What do we got? Question here from Watchman: Who wins, Corey West or David Datakan? I would go David Datakan. He's too fast. Amazing arm wrestler. I think David Datakan, big future. Digging it. Worst case you lose, do you keep the strength program going? Oh, 100%, man. I have no doubt this strength program is the right move. It's doing tremendous things for me. I definitely, regardless of outcome, I am continuing down this path. It's doing very good things to me in the strength sense, and I feel it on the table. So 100%. And Watchman says, "Yep, digging it." Of course, he will. He keeps saying it's helping with the table. Yeah, spot on. Have you hit any new PRs? Veronica Knight, so at the moment my program has been redone to peak for chance. So I would have normally probably hit a couple more PRs in the last couple of weeks, but we have dialed it back a bit. We took a backward step in my energy and effort levels, and we're ramping it up to time nicely for February 25th. In about 10 days' time, Veronica, you'll see me bench press 145 kilos. If all goes to plan, that will be a new PR, and that will be my last PR before chance. My PRs in my accessory lifts and all that almost happen every session that I go there. Every session, there's an improvement of either reps, weight moved, or quality of reps. So there are PRs happening literally every time I go in. But my main lift, the bench press, 145 will happen before I face chance. Hey, we got massive super chat. Silky Wilkie, $50. Thank you, brother. You're the man. Really appreciate that, man. It says, Ryan, you have gotten so strong. I have to root for you versus chance. Thank you, brother. Your showing with Khaled had tremendous hand control, which seems it can only be multiplied with your current apparent physique. Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That's a massive super chat, man, dude. That's friggin' amazing. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, man. Yeah, my hand control. I can only describe it as surprising to myself how much this fundamental strength program has increased my hand control. Against Khaled, I went into that match, regardless of the fact that he pulled schoolboy. I went into that match respecting his hand. I said, expect his wrist flexion to be too good to get out of. So don't try. So I stayed within it. I went deep in there. I pronated and I hit sideways with rise, and I just defeated his hand and wrist. More importantly, his wrist, through position and my own hand control. I now trust my hand 10 times more than I did back then with this new foundation strength. And that for me is the exciting thing. You watch me when I pull Chance Shaw. Look, round one, guys. I give you this promise right here. I will hold on to him. I will not ball my wrist up and slip. I will hold on, and we'll see what happens. I will grip that man. I will top roll. I'm not holding on and hooking. I will hold on, and I will look to just flop his hand over and make him have to flop slip. That's how much I trust my hand right now. I am not running from chance round one at all. I will hold on to him. That is what my hand feels like right now. I just genuinely feel like I don't care how big your hand is. I'm holding on and I'm rolling your wrist. Like that's what's going on with my hand and wrist right now with all of this extra gym training. So it's it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. We'll see. We'll see. But that's how my hand feels. So man, thank you, Silky Wookie, for that $50 US, man. That's huge super chat. You're the man. Yeah. There you go. Just all right, got another super chat. Elliot Berry. You're the man. $5 US. Thank you, Elliot Berry. You're the man. What's your thoughts on the Chance Shaw Richard Lupke's match that's supposed to take place at Monster Factory? I didn't even know it was a thing. Oh, that's amazing. So look at this. Here's a live example of me having no idea what's going on in the arm wrestling world because I'm too busy just focusing on my own stuff. Chance and Richard Lupke's. Wow. It's been so long since we've seen Richard Lupke's pull. You just don't know what his level is. He's obviously in his late. Is he mid to late 60s now? He's an old man. Look, any degree of Richard's peak would crush um, Chance. We know that. Obviously, the age factor, we don't know where he's at. In a stylistic sense, I can see that Chance has a game that could be problematic for Rich, a la the Travis Bajent stand up Rich moment. Stand up Rich. I could see Chance doing that same thing potentially. But look, the it all comes. The biggest factors are just what form is Richard bringing. No idea, but that's crazy that they're having a match. That's cool. It's friggin' awesome that Richard's throwing his hat back in the ring. That's what I will say. That's outstanding. That's happening. Um, yeah. All right. Thank you for the super chat, though, man. I'm just gonna scroll back up. If the super chats come in, I will address them straight away, guys. Um, but I'll go back now and see what questions. Tristan H, there's a super chat. Sorry, brother. Almost missed yours. $4.99 is looking strong, Ryan. Good luck against Chance. Thank you very much, man. Even my left is looking all right these days. Like it's not so bad. My left is 17 and a half inches now. Cold. 17 and a half. Where this one's 18 cold and pumped. I don't know. I haven't measured it pumped in a while. But I'm guessing based on 18 cold, maybe 18 and a half, 18 three quarters. Yeah. Strength old school. Yeah, I did. I heard about Leo and longevity dying. Oh, man. Rough. Yeah. Prayers to his family. I know he's got a wife and I think a daughter. So, yeah, I did. It shocked me yesterday. Lachlan messaged me and said, "Did you hear the news?" Yeah. What else we got? What else we got? Dan's just asked the question: who do you think Larry's next super match should be? Larry. Last time I was in Dubai, I got to pull with Larry, and he felt really good. He's definitely making significant improvements. His strength level is amazing. His bicep strength is a weapon, and he's becoming more and more intuitive every time he competes. I think that Larry should pull a hooker. I'd like to see Larry pull someone like Krasimir Kostadinov. I think that Larry's strong enough to be right there with Krassi. Krassi has the speed and the experience, but from what I've felt, once it's inside, Larry's very, very strong, very, very strong, and I think that could be a good match. I think that could be a good match. Cody's enjoying my face gains, guys. I actually wanted to know. So I'm going to grow my beard. The beard is here to stay. I think it's good marketing to have this ginger beard going. I don't know what angle do I take. Was there a hashtag or something that I should take in terms of marketing this damn ginger thing on my face and my pursuit in the sport to become the world's strongest ginger? What angle do I take? What angle do I take? I don't know. I'm trying to think at the moment. Anyway, Jolene Clark has come in with a $5 US super chat. The hubby wants to know what's your best workout for cup and pronation. Mm-mm. Jolene Clark, hubby's listening in right now. I hope. Okay, so it's been a winding path, Jolene and hubby. Um, it's been a winding path. I came to the sport with pronation being my natural tendency and natural best move, and that came from the back of tennis. I think pronation is it's a small strength that has a very significant effect on your opponent's ability to go sideways. I feel personally that if my pronation survives in a match, I win the match. It's very rare for me to lose when my pronation is still intact. So it's immensely valuable. I feel like pronation is something that you should hit medium weight with and a lot of reps. I don't think that pronation is something where you should be hitting 1 RMs. You can hit 1 RMs when you incorporate pronation into a back pressure movement, maybe. But throughout the decade where I worked on my pronation heavily, I used to do it in a few different manners. I feel like there's pronation when you have your wrist bent, and there's pronation when you have your wrist straight. They are two very different things, and there's the major pronator down in your elbow, but then there's pronators up high in your wrist as well. Um, the 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 ones high up in your wrist, you will train best with a twisting manner where you keep your wrist straight. I used to isolate my pronation by resting my forearm on the table. I would stand next to an arm wrestling table, rest my forearm on there, and just roll my hand. So there was no bicep engagement at all, no extra energy. I could burn my pronator out to the maximum degree just with something wrapped over my thumb. Um, Wraps over your thumb, wraps over your high knuckle, even wraps over your door knocking knuckle, are all variations that you can hit medium weight high reps. As you then can progress through the sport and you start to focus more on back pressure, big bicep movements. Like I currently, on my arm wrestling specific training day, have plenty of movements where I'm incorporating major effort on my bicep with a wrap that is attacking my pronation. I used cable machines, those sorts of things. Pronation will always be one of the most important things in the sport. Many people will say it's the most important. I'm someone who values it incredibly highly, and yeah, it's worth dedicating to. If you're early in the sport, dedicate a lot of time to it. Hope that answers the question. Thank you, Jolene, and thank you to your husband as well for that super chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We got another a $5 Aussie from GB9T. Good to see you, brother. Thank you very much for the super chat. What is your number one tip for a 40-year-old beginner regarding strength training for arm wrestling? Thank you. GB9T, one of the best things is that the sport is amazing for longevity. There's countless people in the sport that have started at your age that have gone on to do amazing things. People like Todd Hutchins, Tim Breslin. A lot of people have started in their 40s, 50s even, and still been amazing. Arm wrestling is beautiful for that. Look at John Brzenk. He's 58 years old. He's still at the pointy end. People like Alan Fisher, Richard Lupke's in his late 60s, about to make a comeback. George Zakowicz in his 70s, still elite. The list goes on. So my tip for you is to not see yourself as being behind the eight ball, but realize you actually have a good 25 years ahead of you still in the sport, and subsequently just do all the same things that you would have done if you started at 20. The one of the advantages that I find that guys over 40 have is that their tendons have become stiff, and that old man strength is apparent. And to how I best explain that to someone is if I grip an 18-year-old guy and a 40-year-old guy, and they're both on day one, and they both have the same 1 RM in a bicep curl, and all their gym lifts are exactly the same, the 40-year-old will crush the 18-year-old, assuming their same level of ability on the table as well. And the reason that is the case is the stiffness of your tendons, that old man strength that you've developed throughout your lifetime of hard work, results in your strength is it's instantaneous. There's no whippiness or bendiness to your tendons anymore. Everything when you ask your muscles to contract, the tendons are very instantaneous. It's like a chain. Where the 18-year-old, he feels stretchy. He feels even though he's got the same 1 RM, he has elasticity and lacking conditioning in a lot of the critical areas. So I think it's a great thing to be 40 years old and starting. I would focus on skills first, spend at least a year or two, not even worrying about getting strong, just worrying about perfecting your movements and understanding how to move very, very well. Be obsessed with moving correctly. After you've worked that out, start to develop conditioning, start to focus on hand and wrist and elbow conditioning in the gym, and continue to just move well on the table. A lot of table time for the first 2 to 3 to 40 years. After you've achieved your conditioning, you're now 45 years old, then go on and become strong in a fundamental sense. Bring up your biceps, bring up your wrist flexion really heavy. I think back pressure, depending on your weight, back pressure is king. So if you're in the 90 kilos or above range, your bicep strength, I think, is going to be the thing that is going to be the most important. Your pronation, your wrist flexion, second and third, in my opinion. But they all come together towards the end. So that's kind of my recommended approach for you at 40. But the good thing is, like I said, you got plenty of time. So thank you very much for the question. Hope that answers that, GB9T. All right, what else we got? Let me just have a look through what's going on in here. We'll answer some more questions. Okay, sorry. Whilst answering those super chats, I've missed a whole bunch of you guys chatting away, but you guys are answering a lot of your own questions yourselves. I'm seeing it's good to see you guys chatting in there amongst everyone. Uh, duh, duh, duh. Thanks, Aiden. Aiden Hobgood says, "Hey, Blue, nice to see you on here. Good luck against Chance. No doubt you're looking solid as F. Take care, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. Hey, I'm looking forward to this match. I really am. Chance is actually pretty short in person. It was shocking." Says Jolin Clark. I think Chance is like 6 foot tall, where I'm 6'1" and a bit. There's always that bit. I'm 185 centimeters without shoes on. Put shoes on, I'm 186. So, any plans to deadlift? Yeah, man. The deadlifts will come into play after the Chance Shaw match. They will be introduced into my program. So I'm really actually excited and looking forward to that. Am I coming to New Zealand in May? Very possible. Very possible. I know that there's decent prize money over there in the tournament. I would like to go there and compete against Matai Rangi and Lachlan. I really would. We'll see. We'll see what the what the future brings. But I'm very aware of it, and I plan. I would like to. I'd like to bring my wife over and do a bit of New Zealand travel as well at the same time. Ian wants to know, you now versus you 2 years ago. How would today's version beat old you? What has improved the most? 2 years ago, where was I? Hang on, I just got to think. 2021. Look, the 2 year ago version of me would be terrified of this version of me because the 2 year ago version of me didn't trust his hand. The 2 year ago version of me had to get the straps, and I'd be running from me, and I'd be really intimidated in the setup because I'd be feeling from today's version of me this inherent confidence to just hold on. And I'd be high and I'd be holding on. And 2 year ago version of me would dump his wrist and try to get out and probably fail. I think this version of me would just control the wrist and take it away. I think it'd be a very quick 3-0 outside of straps to today's version. Jake Arthur, any plans for going for open weight #1 in Australia anytime again soon? Not in a direct fashion. If I am deemed as #1 in Australia, it'll be because of my international results. I don't think Lachlan and I are set to clash in any way. It might happen in New Zealand, We'll see. But yeah, no, there's no direct match coming up with Lachlan and I. We're going to continue to train together. We both feel that we progress best when we're just working together. So Chris H says, after you beat Chance, who we go after next? Corey West or Derek in North America? Look, I will leave it, and I'll leave it for February 25th. After February 25th, we'll start talking about stuff like that. Lachlan versus Zurab. What does it look like? I think that's a freaking fantastic match. It's a fantastic match. I think Zurab would have more inside commitment. Lachlan's hook is kind of more outside committed. Um, yeah, I think Lachlan and Zurab is a fantastic match. How would I do against the guy who beat Ray the other night? I've never gripped Doug Ehrlich. I've never met him in the flesh. He looked fantastic against Ray. I mean, he did it easy, didn't he? He really did. But again, those guys are now 85 kilos. I'm 107, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. What else we got? What else we got? Just scrolling down, seeing what's going on. Don't want to miss any super chats. Hey, I say don't want to miss any super chats. Holy smokes, Marcus Thompson, you're the man with 100 euros. You crazy bastard. Thank you, Marcus. Oh man, that's crazy. You make my day, brother. Thank you very much. Very important question. All this getting massive. Has this had an impact on your wardrobe? Oh my goodness, Marcus. You don't know about my wife's frustration at me and the wardrobe. When it wasn't that long ago, it was maybe 3 months ago that we went out and fixed this problem and bought a whole bunch of shirts and all this kind of stuff. And then Christmas comes around and I'm like, babe, I can't I can't wear these shirts. None of the shirts we bought I could wear. None of the shirts I bought when we were in Europe I can wear anymore. I have like 2 button-up shirts that are possible to me at the moment. T-shirts, I can no longer take my own T-shirt off. I genuinely struggle. I have to ask my son. I have to ask Joanne. Hey, can I get some help taking this T-shirt off because I can't do it. I can't reach. I just can't do it. It's funny. It's a new experience. It's getting absurd. I don't know where to buy clothes anymore because the ratios of my arms to my waist are not what is out there in the shirt options. For stuff to fit my shoulders and arms in a button-up, non-stretch style shirt, I have to be swimming in the damn thing around my waist. I'm wearing 2XLs now on a t-shirt front, 2XLs or XLs at worst. There's no more larges happening. Not larges, just out of the question. But button-up shirts, oh man. So my wife is like, seriously, what the hell are we doing? Like, I don't know. You can't. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible, man. Thank you so much for that 100 euros. That's huge. You're the man. You made my day. Seriously, thank you. And guys, I have to return a bit of the favor. Marcus Thompson and Arm Gods. If you haven't got on to Arm Gods yet, head to armgods.com. That website is slick. Marcus and Paul Maiden and the crew that they've got over there in Ireland. I know Jake Ward and Uncle John. They're all big supporters of it. It's massive, and I think there's plenty to come. I think Arm Gods and AWE, we can see some collaborations between them in the future. All sorts of good stuff. Marcus, you are a legend, as Adam has just said there. Thank you very much. Can't express enough. Marcus Thompson, he's chatting with everyone. I love how Marcus knows everyone in the arm wrestling world. Good stuff. Hope you're well, mate. He says to Easy E. Hey, what else we got? Derek Smith's in the house. You guys are tall. You guys are. Shut up, Derek. Shut up, Derek. You know you're the tallest man in arm wrestling. Oh, I think Vitali's taller than you, isn't it? But you're pretty much the biggest dude. Hope you're well, Derek. Hope you're getting stronger as always. I need to come and do some training with you or something. I think there's too much fun we could have. Derek, I miss you, man. You and your impressions. We need to do some more impressions together. It's good stuff. All right, I'm just gonna have a look through these comments. Mm-mm-mm. Derek, I hope. How's Brian Shaw going, Derek? Is he getting motivated? Silky Wilkie. Oh my goodness. Man, the super chats are flowing. Thank you so much, gents. $50 once again. Ryan, keep coming to East West West events. We need trading cards to log your progress. I want a complete collection of bone cards with stats reflecting from delusional blue to Ryan the Red. Yeah, what is it? What is a good nickname for this new version of me, Ryan the Red? I don't think I could change Ryan Blue Bowen, but at the same time, maybe I can. I don't know. Ryan the Red. I like that. Um, Man, yeah. Look, East West West. I know a lot of people have had questions to me about why is Ryan not promoting stuff? Why is Ryan not commentating? Why is Ryan not on the fix and all that? And I've answered a lot of times. It's just because my head's down. I'm training and I'm getting big. I'm getting strong, and that's my goal. I support all of the events still. East West West, King of the Table, Arm Gods. I'm all for all of them. I'll happily support every single version of arm wrestling out there. Engen Terzi is well and truly aware of my aspirations in the sport and my willingness to commentate and all that sort of stuff. I think I will definitely be back. I think that pending my result against Chance, we'll see potentially another East West West matchup, or King of the Table matchup, or I don't know, or another AWE matchup, or an Arm Gods matchup. I don't know. There's lots to come, but those cards do look pretty badass. They do look pretty badass, and yeah, it'd be cool to get on them as well. Thank you, Silky Wilkie, man. You're crushing it with the super chats as well today. It's very humbling. Thank you. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back. What else we got going on? All right, just scrolling through. SG Records, you're the man. Thank you for the €2. Buy a bigger t-shirt or ask Zurab to donate to you. Yeah, man. Look, Zurab was one of those beautiful milestones for me. Milestone because I got to touch a level that I've never touched before in a genuine match. Zurab's the highest caliber arm wrestler that I've faced in a match. In my opinion, I know that Chance beat Zurab, but it's still, in my opinion, Zurab is he's just done more. He's done things that I really respect. Um, and touching his hand, competing with him, and then hearing what he had to say about my strength afterwards, he gave me great encouragement and a great direction to continue in terms of what I needed to. Yeah. How rare is arm wrestling, man? That you can be in a sport where literally 5 minutes after facing your opponent tells you how to beat them. Your opponent tells you what strength you need to gain to be able to beat them. Like it's such a cool sport. So Zurab did that for me, and he gave me plenty of guidance on what strength I needed in it, and lots of positive words and encouragement. So Zurab is someone that I have a lot of respect for. I would love to pull him again in the next 6 to 12 months, just to see how things have progressed. But yeah, I do need to buy a bigger shirts. Another super chat in Jolene Clark, $2. Thank you to Jolene. How soon before a match would you switch from? Ooh, switch from what, Jolene? I need to. Jolene, can you add another comment just so I know what I'm switching from? Let me just try to think. All right, how soon before a match would you switch? So, in terms of like my match preparation for Chance, what I can say is that my programming is about building towards a moment. So my program switched about a month out from the match where I begun to dial in more specifics. I actually stepped back in my 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 effort levels. So my relative perceived effort went back down quite low, and that's where you'll see me benching like 105 kilos for 5 sets of 4. That was very comfortable, and I'm building. So I wanted to neurologically give myself a refresher by doing some RPE 5 work for a few days, maybe even a week, and then we start the build again. We start the build again. start the build again. Now, I will peak in a gym sense. I'm in a peak about a week before facing chance. Um, so in about 10 days time, you're going to see me bench press 145 kilos. That will be a peak in there, and I will maintain a high energy in the gym up until about 10 days before, and then you'll see the gym will essentially stop, and I will only shadow box and do light work and specific stuff. I'll get on the table without heavily engaging anything, and I will just be feeling the groove that I'm going to hit. That's pretty much the way I'll run it. I hope that is what you are asking, Jolene. But thank you very much for the question and the super chat. Sean, he's come in with a 13.99 Canadian. Thank you, Sean Crowther. You're the man. What are your thoughts about PAL adding a weight category of 260 pounds? Good luck with chance. I think you can win. Your strength really surprised me when we pulled in Turkey before you went to the airport. Sean. Yes. Okay. Sean, the man. Now I know. So Sean was the man that I never got to release the video because Engen was in the background pulling Devon, and Engen didn't want to have that shown. So I was never able to release the match of myself and Sean pulling. So Sean, thank you very much, man. Yeah, I appreciate. That's cool that you were surprised by my strength there. That was awesome. Sean was in Turkey and was, I think, doing. Are you still there, Sean? Where you were doing some specific training and coaching underneath Engen Terzi. So, no doubt you're going to be moving upwards with that. And from Canada himself, I think Devon had plenty of good things to say about Sean as well. But thank you very much. What are my thoughts about the PAL adding a 260-pound category? I think it's the right thing. I wasn't aware that the PAL had made such an announcement. I know that that has been going on in respect with the other leagues, East vs West, obviously at that 115 kilos. What is 260 pounds in kilos? Let me just do the math. Uh, It is 117.9 kilos. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. I think it's a good move. I do think there is a need for that category given the monster category that exists above where we've got Levan at 190 kilos. I think so. I think it's fair. And we're getting more and more people. So you wouldn't do a category like that if there weren't sufficient people above that. If it was just a couple of guys, it'd be kind of pointless. But we're getting enough guys now above that it makes it interesting at that 260 pounds. So yeah, I'm a fan. Good stuff. We've got a bit of an update on the Brian Shaw thing from Derek. Last I heard from Brian, he's still training his hand and wrist. No update on when he plans to compete, though. Good stuff. Thank you, Derek. Derek has then added, I'm guessing after he competes in his last World's Strongest Man. Yeah. There's big promise there, and he obviously got big words of encouragement from Levan. So that could be huge if he did. If someone like Brian Shaw dedicated to the sport, it can only mean good things. He's just built for it, isn't he? You got a super chat from FZD fan made 99 cents Canadian. Doesn't say anything, but still sends the super chat anyway. Thank you, I keep saying FZD. Thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Elliot Berry with a $10 US super chat. Do you see an inevitable match between Dennis and Hermes? And how do you see that going stylistically? Good luck. Sink the tug boat. Elliot Berry, thank you very much for the $10 US super chat. I do see it as inevitable. I think that with the return of Dennis to active arm wrestling, that is such an exciting part for the sport. I had the opportunity to meet Dennis, to grip Dennis and get a couple of practice pulls with him. He's very different from anyone else in the arm wrestling sport. Hermes has that fundamental back pressure, explosivity, the pronation. He's a prime. He's a man in his prime form. Dennis is clearly not in his prime form, but he still possesses a set of tools that are just so problematic. I think stylistically, Hermes right now against Dennis, I think Hermes would win it right now, but I don't think it would take much for Saplenkov to to be good enough to take it away from him. In terms of the style, I think, look, we would see Hermes with the knuckles up position. Uh, we would see Saplenkov with his big thumb based drag. I think that he's re- Dennis's Dennis's pronation through his thumb is his main weapon. So I think he would just look to take as high a grip as he can, as deep as a grip as he can, and just load up as much bicep as he can, and then just drag back. Just drag back a moment and try to separate the bicep of Hermes. Hermes, the more he gets separated, the less he can go sideways. I think we might even see one of those open arm top rolls from Dennis, and then the attempted flop press from Hermes. Right now, if they were to face, I would still go with Hermes as the favorite. But ooh, good match, good match. Hopefully, we do see it in the future. Thank you, Elliot, for the awesome question and super chat. All right, all right, all right. There's a question that I see a lot. What PDs are you using at the moment? HCG and Clomid, prescribed by my doctor. My testosterone levels and my sperm count levels were all crashed out to the floor. And my wife and I would like to have a child, so I need to get that back up. And so I am on HCG and Clomid. That's it. That's it. 100% swear to you, that's the truth. All right, let's go back up. See what other comments there. Again, if super chats come through, guys, I will jump on them straight away. I missed a lot outside of the world of super chats. Let's see. MC reckons the 2XL t-shirt is a little big for your weight. Is it good weight? I don't know. You tell me, man. This is an XL that I'm wearing right now. I think they fit all right. XL looks pretty tight. Weight right now 107 for arm wrestling motivation. Thank you for the question. Hermes Gasparini. As if we got the real Hermes Gasparini. Hermes, nothing fake quality. It's a quality. Good to see you, Hermes. I hope you are preparing well, man. Your match against Levan will stop the arm wrestling world. Will be fantastic. I can't wait to see it. My gut feel on the Hermes Gasparini Levan Saganishvili situation is there's like about a 15% part of me that thinks Hermes can pull off this miracle. About a 15% part of me, and then the other 85% of me just kind of slaps me and says, "What are you talking about, you idiot? It's going to be 6-0 Levan." That's my feeling right now. But Hermes, great to see you on here, man. I appreciate you stopping in. That's really cool. Hope you are well, brother. Hope you are well. All right, what else we got? Easy E, Ryan. Yes or no? Do you think Chance looks like Kim Jong Un? He's got some Asian in him, hasn't he? So those glasses and that head. Yeah, it's not. It's a stretch, but I can see it. Funny. Do I like strength training now? 100% cheese doodle. I am all about it. All about it. What do I think about Reno Mastic? Yeah, look, Reno's an awesome dude. I've been chatting a lot with Reno, in fact, on Instagram. Reno, uh, he he's still young, and he's 20 years old or something. Massive strides. Uh, his numbers in his back pressure, to me, he's like another Irakli, but he's bigger than Irakli. He's naturally he's already 105 kilos. I think he's going to be 110, 115 in the next couple of years. I think he already could be in the conversation of the East vs West top 10 for that 105 category. I think he could be. The way he moves 70 kilos on back pressure with such ease is phenomenal. I think Reno's a stud, and I think we're going to hear a lot about Reno in the future. I think I would love to pull Reno. at some point in my future as well, because I think he is one of those guys that is just going to be a superstar. Yeah, Reno's the man. Da-da-da. All right. Hermes Silky Wilkie says Hermes says he's busy eating pasta. I need to work on my Hermes accent. Uh, yes, but no, I can't do it. That's terrible. I should stop. Um, I haven't seen the recent pics of Morozov, but look, last time I saw Morozov in the flesh, I've always been like, "Whoa, this dude's put together well. He's a beast." Um, Matthew, don't worry about small hands. Small hands just mean better pronation and twisting and dragging. So, all good, brother. There's a spot for us all in arm wrestling. Reno is pulling the Swiss 105 kilo champ in 2 weeks. Cool. All right. I look forward to seeing that. Um, in a couple of years, we'll see Reno versus Kitagale on Garbayev. Yeah, I think so too. They've got pretty similar styles. Yeah. Chance the dictator, sure. What else we got? Sad, isn't it all that the old WAL is past it? Isn't it? It's interesting that WAL. I don't know if they're still around. They keep their pulse alive by posting on social media, and they've got a massive social media following thanks to all the good content that they put out there and the events they hosted. But will they come back? I don't know. Hey, it's one of those things. It's like we all hope they do come back because they were amazing. Um, Sammy says, "R.I.P. WAL." Excited to see the rematch between me and Coach Ray. Look, it's Stefan Strob. There's not going to be a rematch. Um, there's just not going to be a rematch. Uh, I say that because we're a very, very, very different weight category. Ray's decided to go down. I've decided to go up. Um, the best you'll see from me and Ray is probably just a grip up on the side table or something like that. But I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm not. I'm not pushing for it. I'm not pushing for it. Out of respect to Ray, look, he had an amazing 2022, 16-0. He's 2023, not off to the best start, but um, Ray will just keep on rolling forward. But yeah, very different categories now. Hermes wants me to shave my beard. No way, Hermes. I don't think the Hermes would say that. Ryan the Red is here to stay. My seated curl record, I don't do seated curls at the moment because my gym, the easy curl bar I have there at the gym feels nasty on my wrists. I don't like it. I need to get a super curl bar so I can have my wrists more like, oh, look at this. I can change. I need to have my super curl bar so I can do this compared to the full supination. Full supination just puts a pain just there. There's the double guns. But I want to be able to do a curl like that, or at worst like this. So I think I need a super curl bar for that to happen. Oh, Hermes didn't like my beard. Hang on, all right. I gotta find Hermes comment about my beard. Let me just scroll up, scroll up. Hermes. Is this because Hermes can't grow a beard? I don't know. I don't think Hermes can grow a beard. Legit. Hermes, can you grow a beard? Where is it, Hermes? I'm still scrolling. Da-da-da-da. I've only got his real quality comment. I didn't see any more. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time scrolling and looking for that. But Hermes Gasparini, if you can grow a better beard than this, I'll shave it off. How about that? All right. SG Records says, yeah. Ryan Evans didn't like your beard. Scroll up and see his comment. I couldn't find it, SG. Thank you very much. Nashville wants to know my taking. Ooh, wrong one. Where'd it go? Any creatine? No, I just eat food. No creatine at the moment. Nothing like that. Mm-mm. Here we go. A comment from Batzurgias. Not being around for some time now, seeing how crazy you look right now is literally mind blowing. Thank you very much. I'm starting to get used to it. Like this to me looks and feels normal to me now. And I'm still getting reactions from people saying, "Oh my goodness, you put on size." But this feels normal to me now. So there we go. SG Record says, not too beautiful with this. But that's right, because Hermes Gasparini and I had a photo in in Istanbul, and it was titled "Very Beautiful People," and it was because it was a good photo. Me and Hermes just somehow the lighting and everything just looked so good. We were out in the street having dinner, and yeah, but not too beautiful with the beard. Yeah, Hermes is the man. Love that guy. I wish him well as well for his match, and we're all very excited about that. Arm wrestling media. What do you got here? In Devon, latest seminar, he hints that WAL is coming back probably next year, bigger and better, and also comes in the mainstream media like ESPN. Yeah, look, I've heard the whispers as well. There is something, as far as I know, there's something going on. Will it be bigger and better? I don't know. Will it be mainstream? The one thing that Steve Kaplan, who the man who owns the WAL, has is a very well established network amongst the highest of business caliber and people like ESPN or companies like ESPN. Yes, so I've no doubt that he could get it on there. Yeah. Good stuff. Guys, we've been live for about 1 hour and 16 minutes. I might wrap this one up, but I wanted to say thank you very much to all of you guys for joining me. It's awesome. So many big super chats today, so many awesome questions. I had a blast. So thank you very much for joining me. Guys, one thing I'll ask of you all is please support the pay-per-view with the Chance Shaw thing. I'm going to be giving away 100% of the profit that it was allocated to me. Chance and I are fighting for a 60-40 cut of the profit. We've got to get to a profit first, and we're going to get to that profit first by you guys supporting the pay-per-view. So if you could sign up that pay-per-view, that'd mean the world. And one of you who sign up, and if you've been a member for 10 months, you get 10 entries, 5 months, 5 entries, 2 months, 2 entries, so on, so on. One of the people who sign up will get my portion. So whether I get the 60 or the 40, one of you guys who sign up will be receiving all of that. So I hope that I can give someone 5 grand, 10 grand. Who knows? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support today. Thank you so much for the support of the pay-per-view. Chance Shaw and I will be throwing down. Oh, if you're in the USA, 24th for you guys. Okay, it's 25th for me, but 8 p.m. Eastern time, 24th, which will be Friday night for you guys. Make sure you tune in. So don't miss it. 24th. Tell your friends it's not the 25th, it's 24th. 25th for me. 25th if you're in Europe at 1 a.m. Sorry about the European guys. You guys got the shit end of the stick. But yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 24th USA. It's gonna be good. And 5 p.m. I think it is Los Angeles time or whatever. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will see you again soon. I'm gonna get back to some training tonight. I am training, gripping up. So normally I'd be at the gym right now, but I'm not at the gym because it's table time day today. So I will be gripping Lachlan Adair tonight. I'll be gripping Marcus Atiro tonight. We'll see where things are at. My hand is feeling amazing. I think you'll see me looking good again on the table. But guys, thank you for all joining me and having this